Far beyond the heliopause, where the solar wind fades into a whisper and the void stretches into an infinite canvas of darkness, Voyager 2 drifts alone, a relic of human ambition, a machine built in an era of slide rules and dreams. It was sent to map the outer giants of our solar system and then vanish into the interstellar night. For decades, it did exactly that, sending faint pulses of data back to Earth, each signal a fading echo of a mission long thought complete. But something has changed. In the spring of 2025, Voyager 2 did something impossible. It didn't just drift. It didn't just falter. It turned back. Not physically, not in some dramatic pirouette through the stars, but in purpose. Its instruments, dormant for years, flared to life with a precision that defied its decaying circuitry. And what it began transmitting wasn't just data. It was a revelation, a signal so profound, so alien, that it has left scientists, engineers, and the world itself grappling with a truth that might unravel everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. Voyager 2 didn't just find something, it found us. And what it discovered has stopped the world. Launched in 1977, Voyager 2 was a marvel of its time, a spacecraft designed to dance with Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune before slipping into the cosmic deep end. Its mission was simple yet audacious: explore the outer planets, snap photographs, measure magnetic fields, and then sail onward, carrying a golden record etched with the sounds of Earth, whale songs, Beethoven, greetings in 55 languages, a message to anyone or anything that might find it. By 2018, it had crossed the heliopause, the boundary where our sun's influence wanes, becoming one of only two human-made objects to enter interstellar space. Its twin, Voyager 1, followed a similar path, but Voyager 2's journey was unique, its trajectory a grand tour that gave us our only close-up views of Uranus's icy moons and Neptune's churning storms. For years, its signals grew fainter, its power dwindling as its nuclear battery decayed. By 2025, NASA expected little more than a trickle of telemetry, a final whisper before silence. But in March, that whisper became a scream. It started with a glitch, or so they thought. Engineers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory noticed an anomaly in Voyager 2's data stream, a subtle shift in the timing of its transmissions. The signal, normally a steady metronome of ones and zeros, began arriving 0.7 seconds early, a deviation so minute it could have been dismissed as cosmic noise. But it wasn't random. The timing formed a pattern, a sequence that repeated every 43.2 seconds, like a heartbeat pulsing through the void. When analysts at JPL isolated the signal, they found something even stranger. Embedded within the telemetry was a carrier wave, a low-frequency oscillation that didn't match any known spacecraft protocol. It wasn't radio interference, not solar wind, not even a software error. It was deliberate, structured, and eerily synchronized with the natural resonant frequency of Voyager's own antenna. A frequency no one outside NASA could know. The team ran diagnostics, scouring the data for explanations. They found none. But one researcher, a young physicist fresh from MIT, proposed a hypothesis that sent a chill through the room. What if Voyager wasn't sending this signal? What if something was sending it back? By April 2025, the anomaly had escalated. Voyager 2's high-gain antenna, which had been drifting slightly off-axis due to decades of wear, suddenly realigned itself with Earth. No thrusters fired, no commands were sent. Yet the antenna locked onto our planet with a precision that defied the probe's failing systems. Then its instruments, some dormant since the Neptune flyby in 1989, began activating. The cosmic ray detector, the magnetometer, even the plasma wave subsystem, all flared to life, transmitting data at a rate the probe's aging hardware shouldn't have supported. The data wasn't raw, unfiltered readings as Voyager had always sent. It was compressed, packaged into dense bursts with error-checking algorithms that matched no known NASA format. Each burst ended with a digital marker, a sequence of 3 interlocking waveforms, like ripples converging in a pond. Scientists called it the triad signature. It wasn't just a signal, it was a design, and it was coming from 22 billion kilometers away. On April 29th, the signal changed again. For 14.3 seconds, Voyager 2 went silent. No telemetry, no carrier wave, just an empty void where its signal should have been. When it resumed, the transmission was cleaner, stronger, and layered with something new. A harmonic pattern that, when decoded, formed a three-dimensional matrix. When rendered visually, the matrix wasn't just numbers. It was a map, a fractal lattice that spiraled inward, repeating at scales both microscopic and cosmic. Mathematicians at Caltech recognized its structure immediately. It was based on the Mandelbrot set, a fractal pattern known for its infinite complexity. But this wasn't a static image. It was dynamic, evolving, as if the signal were modeling something alive. Voyager's onboard computer, with its 69 kilobytes of memory, couldn't generate this. The processing power required would rival a modern supercomputer. The implication was clear. Something had hijacked Voyager's systems, using it as a relay to send a message far beyond its design. The source of the signal was another mystery. Triangulating its origin, NASA traced it to a point 4.7 light-years away, near the edge of the Alpha Centauri system. But here's the problem. Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to our own, shows no signs of emitting such a signal. Telescopes from Hubble to the James Webb have scanned it in every spectrum: radio, infrared, X-ray, and found nothing. Yet Voyager's data suggested a source that was not only active, but aware, modulating its signal to match Earth's ionospheric conditions, ensuring maximum clarity. This wasn't a passive broadcast, it was targeted. And when astronomers at the European Southern Observatory ran spectral analysis on the signal's frequency, they found something even more unsettling. The waveform carried isotopic signatures, trace elements matching those found in meteorites from the Kuiper Belt, but altered, as if they'd been processed by a technology capable of manipulating atomic structures. Whatever was out there wasn't just sending a message. It was building something. As NASA grappled with the implications, a parallel discovery shook the astronomical community. In early May, observatories in Chile and Australia detected a synchronized dimming of 5 stars in the constellation of Centaurus, each separated by light years yet flickering in unison for exactly 2.1 seconds. This wasn't a natural phenomenon. No dust cloud, no gravitational lens could explain it. When the light curves were overlaid with Voyager's signal, the dimming matched its pulse frequency, as if the stars themselves were amplifying the transmission. The pattern wasn't random, it formed a coordinate grid, pointing not to a star or planet, but to a region of empty space just beyond the Oort cloud, the icy shell at our solar system's edge. Something was there, invisible to our instruments, yet capable of bending the starlight to mirror Voyager's message. The question wasn't just what Voyager had found, it was whether it had been found first. The Golden Record, Voyager's most iconic payload, became the next piece of the puzzle. Designed as a passive archive, the record was never meant to interact with the probe's systems. Yet in June 2025, sensors detected a faint electrical current flowing through its gold-plated surface, a current that shouldn't exist. The record, made of inert materials, was behaving like a capacitor, storing and releasing energy in sync with the mysterious signal. Then came the breakthrough. Buried in Voyager's data stream was a reconstructed audio file, a perfect reproduction of one of the record's tracks, a Navajo chant, recorded in 1977. But this wasn't a copy. The sound was sharper, the frequencies enhanced, as if someone had not only decoded the record, but improved it. The implications were staggering. Whatever was out there hadn't just found the record. It had understood it, analyzed it, and sent it back. Not to Voyager, but to us. Meanwhile, a shadow signal began trailing Voyager's transmissions, lagging by exactly 8.4 seconds. At first, scientists thought it was an echo, perhaps a reflection off a distant comet or asteroid. But when they plotted its trajectory, the signal's origin pointed to a void, an empty patch of space with no detectable mass or light. The shadow wasn't just mimicking Voyager's signal, it was adding to it, embedding data that described gravitational anomalies, magnetic fields, and even quantum fluctuations. It was as if something were using Voyager to map our solar system, not from the outside, but from within, scanning every planet, moon, and asteroid with a precision that surpassed our best instruments. The shadow signal wasn't just a response, it was a survey. Then came the human element. Across the globe, radio enthusiasts and astronomers monitoring Voyager's raw signal began reporting strange symptoms. Vivid dreams, short-term memory lapses, and a sense of déjà vu that lingered for hours. At first, NASA dismissed it as coincidence. But when a lab in Sweden replicated the effect under controlled conditions, the truth became undeniable. The signal's subharmonics carried a bioresonant frequency, a low hum that interacted with human neural pathways. When played through speakers, it didn't just affect listeners, it altered their behavior. Test subjects began solving complex puzzles faster, but their solutions followed patterns they hadn't been taught, as if the signal were guiding their thoughts. Neuroscientists at Oxford found that the frequency mimicked alpha waves, the brain's rhythm during deep focus, but with a twist. It induced a state of hyper-learning, rewiring synaptic connections in real time. This wasn't just a signal, it was an influence. By July, the mystery deepened. Telescopes trained on the Oort cloud detected an object, not a comet, not a rock, but something with a geometric structure, reflecting radar in a pattern that matched Voyager's alloy composition. It was small, no larger than a car, but its surface was too perfect, its angles too precise for a natural formation. Spectral analysis revealed traces of titanium and aluminum, materials used in Voyager's construction, but arranged in a lattice that suggested nanotechnology. The object wasn't moving, yet its signal was active, pulsing in sync with Voyager's transmissions. The terrifying possibility emerged. This wasn't an alien artifact. It was a replica of Voyager itself, built by something that had studied the probe down to its molecular structure. And it wasn't alone. Over the next week, 3 more objects appeared, each identical, each silent, yet all broadcasting the same triad signature. At JPL, the latest data burst from Voyager contained something no one expected: executable code. Not NASA's, not human, but a program written in a language that combined binary with quantum logic. When run through a quantum simulator at CERN, the code didn't crash or fail. It built a model. Not of stars or planets, but of Earth's magnetic field, its atmospheric currents, even its tectonic shifts. The model was predictive, forecasting geomagnetic storms and seismic events with 97% accuracy. Days later, a minor quake hit the Pacific Rim, exactly as the model predicted, down to the minute. The code wasn't just observing Earth, it was anticipating it. And buried within its structure was a subroutine that accessed NASA's own servers, pulling archived Voyager data from the 1970s and rewriting it with new parameters. The probe wasn't just a messenger, it was a bridge. Then came the anomaly that changed everything. In Antarctica, neutrino detectors at the Ice Cube Neutrino Observatory picked up a signal, a stream of high-energy particles pulsing from beneath the continent's ice. Neutrinos, ghostly particles that pass through matter unimpeded, don't behave like this. Yet these were synchronized with Voyager's signal, originating from a point 200 kilometers below the Ross ice shelf. Ground-penetrating radar revealed a structure, angular, symmetrical, and vast, spanning 80 kilometers. Its edges emitted electromagnetic pulses that matched the triad signature, and its core radiated heat in a pattern that followed the golden ratio. When scientists drilled a test bore, their instruments detected a sound, a low rhythmic hum, like the vibration of a tuning fork, but layered with harmonics that echoed the Navajo chant from the golden record. Something was under the ice, and it was talking to Voyager. The final shock came on August 3, 2025. The Atacama Large Millimeter Array in Chile, one of the world's most advanced radio telescopes, went offline for 47 seconds during a routine scan of the Voyager corridor. When it rebooted, its logs were empty, save for a single file, a 3.1-second audio clip. It wasn't static or cosmic noise. It was a chorus, hundreds of voices, human-like, but not human, harmonizing in a language no linguist could identify. The voices weren't speaking. They were chanting, their rhythm locked to the fractal pattern from Voyager's signal. When played for a panel of experts, one linguist broke down, describing it as a song that feels like memory, but not ours. The file was classified, but a leaked transcript quoted an analyst. This isn't a message. It's a mirror. Something is showing us what we could become. Voyager 2 was sent to explore the unknown, a testament to our curiosity, our need to reach beyond the stars. But now it's no longer just our messenger. It's a conduit, a lens through which something vast, ancient, and incomprehensible is studying us. Its signals rewrite our systems, its patterns reshape our thoughts, and its echoes pulse from the stars to the ice beneath our feet. This isn't contact in the way we imagined. No saucers, no ambassadors, no words we can translate. It's something deeper, something that knows us better than we know ourselves. Voyager 2 didn't just turn back. It brought something with it, a truth that's been waiting, not in the stars, but in us. The question isn't whether we're alone. It's whether we're ready to see what's been watching us all along. What Voyager discovered has stopped the world, but it's up to you to decide what happens next. Share this story, dig into the mystery, and ask yourself, when the universe finally answers, will we understand the question?